Okay, welcome guys. 21 days when it's going to magic. Talking again about it tonight, and tonight with my friend Lisa, who has an amazing story. She's been using the oils for pretty long now. How long has it been, Lisa, since you've been using the oils?
Well, I started using them on hospice patients in February of 2016, but I didn't start using them on myself really until July of 2016 when I fell off my bike and broke my arm.
You want to tell a little bit about your story, both with the bike as well?
Okay, so I first was introduced to the oil when you taught a workshop at hospice, and I was a volunteer there. And I will never forget that after that first workshop, I went over to be with patients, and the first patient I walked into the room, she asked me if I was wearing perfume, and I said, no, I'm wearing essential oils. And I said, but if it bothers you, I can leave. She said, no, I'm allergic to perfume, but you smell wonderful. Please come closer. And that was my first experience with realizing how potent the oils are for helping people who are in pain. But I didn't figure out, for whatever reason, I only used them a little bit on myself. But when I broke my arm, which was up towards the top of my shoulder, I was in tremendous pain, and I started using Deep Blue. And I was in bed and I could hardly move, and my boyfriend came to clear my nightstand, and he went to pick up the Deep Blue, and I screamed, not the Deep Blue, not the Deep Blue. And he put it back on the table really quick, like, what did I do? What did I do? And that's when I realized, I'm addicted to these oils too. And then ever since then, I've used them daily.
What was it about?
What was about Deep Blue? I was in tremendous pain, and I had been using like Bengay, but it just didn't penetrate the way Deep Blue penetrated. When I started using Deep Blue, it kind of gave this feeling like it went all the way through my arm and made my arm feel very, very cool and light. And that was tremendous, because I have a pretty high threshold for pain, but I was in a lot of pain those first couple of days.
So I'm curious how you've used the oil since then. What do you like so much about the oils that you started to really use them?
Okay, so I started on the 6 a.m. calls. I guess it was in July. You had just started them, and every day you had us put on oils, and I started using my oils. And at that point, I pretty much just had the Aroma Touch kit. The way I found really works for me and kind of penetrates through my whole body is massaging the oils into my feet. My feet used to be kind of dry. Now they're very happy. But as soon as I apply them to my feet, I really feel like they come all the way up and connect with my whole body. And the feet are very potent. When I did Aroma Touch on hospice patients, the feet were always the thing that just seemed to relax them the most when I would work on their feet, because the feet are connected to everything. So that's the main way I use them is connecting them, massaging them in my feet. But I also do diffuse them, and I put them. Sometimes I'll put them just all over my body, just like an oils bath, practically.
So how does it work on the feet? Some people may not be familiar. How can something that you put in your whole entire body?
Well, I'm not a reflexology expert, but it definitely has something to do with that. If you look at reflexology charts, I found that when I was massaging my feet, I was patting, kind of smacking one area repeatedly. And when I looked that up, I saw that area is connected to the shoulders and the back, where I tend to hold my tension. So it's very interesting that intuitively I was smacking this one area of my foot that was affecting the shoulders. I also had the experience once of massaging my nephew's feet. And when I was done, he told me he had been starting to get a migraine and that it was completely gone. And that was my first inkling. It's like, whoa, what is this powerful connection but just everything is connected in with the feet. And of course, I think that's an ancient Chinese medicine. It's in that. And so.
Awesome. I love your story. I love your story. How you kind of slowed down the elbow and started from that point to use the oil. There's one oil. I would one oil that I think has been amazing for them. What is your oil?
Well, it's hard to choose one, of course, but I'm going to go with Serenity because I suffer from seasonal affective disorder. And for people who don't know, seasonal affective disorder has to do with winter and the amount of light. And people can get pretty severe symptoms with it. Deep depression, some people get suicidal. I've never had that so much, but I have a lot of difficulty with sleep, waking up around 3 a.m. and my body thinking, oh, it's time to get up and go to work. It's like the internal clock is just wacky. So when in October, when I started to have some symptoms of seasonal affective disorder, I posted on Facebook and I asked other people what oils should I try to combat seasonal affective disorder. And at that time, doTERRA had just redone their Serenity Blend recipe, and people said, try Serenity. So I ordered it and I diffuse it every night before I go to bed, and it's, you know, it's a miracle. It really helps me sleep through the night, and my quality of sleep is amazingly improved. I mean, it's just, you know, it's funny because you don't realize how much better it is till someone like you asks, you know, what has this oil done for you? And then, and I was thinking, well, do I really have a story? I do. I mean, it's just been, it's such a difference. And with depression, you know, I'm just feeling really good. And I'm waking up every morning for the 6 a.m. call. And even if I forget to set my alarm, I'm still waking up for the 6 a.m. call. So, I mean, there's still a couple of nights here and there, but it's not like it used to be.
Awesome. I love it. I love to do that too. If you think about key diseases, so right, connection between the oil and any kind of diseases, we really recommend health. So think about it from a health perspective. How has Serenity helped you feel healthier? I guess physically and emotionally. Can you talk to me a little bit?
I didn't pick up all of that question. How does Serenity make you feel better emotionally? Is that what you said?
Yeah, health-wise.
Okay. Well, I think that honestly, getting a good night's sleep is just tremendously important to the immune system and to how you eat all day the next day. And because, boy, it used to be sometimes I would wake up at 3 and I'd just be up the rest of the night. And then like all day long, you're really hungry, you know, to try to keep yourself going. So, and I have to say, when it comes to the Serenity Blend, I when I first smelled it, I was like, there is something here that I really love. And I read the ingredients list, and I think it's the vanilla. I just really connect to it for whatever reason. So, I mean, so it's everything. It's physical, it's emotional, and you know, I have to add spiritual. And that's all the oils, not just Serenity.
Let's look for a moment.
I thought I lost you.
No, you haven't. No, I want to look at this for a moment. Can you talk to us about Serenity? I have a little bit of background noise. I'd love for you to talk a little bit about what's in Serenity you like so much about it. I can see it on the screen here too.
It's a wonderful blend. I love most of the oils that are in it. I think it's got rum and chamomile, which I love. Vetiver. What else? It's got lavender, I think, which is a basic, fabulous all-around oil. So it's a blend oil. It's not one oil. It's a blend. And I just think it's a brilliant blend. It's
yeah, it also has cedarwood.
Cedarwood, yeah. I love cedarwood. I love the wood, the woody oils. I love them because they're very grounding, and you know, that combination of spiritual, but having your feet firmly planted on the ground is very important to me.
Awesome.
Balance, yeah, the balance of it.
Have you ever used them in diffusion? Because you can also use them in diffusion. You ever used them?
Serenity, I diffuse every night. Yeah, almost every night. Once in a while, I'll do sentence or another one, but in the winter, it's been Serenity just about every night.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, this is about the oil, but you can also get it in stock. It's a difference too. And there's also an herbal community, so that's another awesome one to well. And there's some nice base oils in there, like you said, like the vetiver and the sandalwood and the cedarwood, and lavender, which is much more as a middle note, and marjoram as well. So, nice combination.
Yeah. It's a brilliant combination.
Okay, so I'm curious if you would say anything to people, to your friends, to your family who want to try these oils, anybody on this call, what would you say to them?
Okay, I would say use the oils. You know, people always say don't talk about the oils like they're medicine. Well, they're not. Don't stick them in the medicine cabinet and walk away. Okay, use them. And I'm not just going to use any essential oils. I have to say use doTERRA oil, because over the years, once in a while, I would buy some oil off the shelf and never really connected to it. But doTERRA is it's not just a wonderful product, 100% pure and all that, but I personally think it's kind of a blessed company because of all the good works that they do. I think it affects their oils, and that's my take on it, as I feel very spiritual about the doTERRA brand of oil. So use them. Don't stick them on a shelf, and use them not just daily, but you know, sometimes some days I'll use them many times a day, and it makes a difference in my day.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you, dear. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's been wonderful having you. And we met through the oils. We met, but I don't think we would have necessarily maybe one day, but not for the oils. So I love having and knowing you and being part of this community together. So thanks so much for sharing them with us tonight, and we'll talk soon. But thanks so much.
Thank you. That was fun. Thank you, Anne Marie.
Okay. Bye-bye.